Starfield seems to continue having trouble to keep its head above water. Every time Bethesda does literally anything with this title, they receive massive criticism and backlash. So it's also no surprise that the Shattered Space DLC that turned out to barely bring any new content, while also being ridiculously overpriced, was once again destroyed on Steam and pretty much everywhere else. Defending this game becomes harder and harder as time goes by, but hey, we will still try it. After all, there is still something positive: a lot of free mods. The size and the engagement of the modding community is but a fraction compared to its previous titles, which are still going very strong by the way, but nevertheless, Starfield's modding still continues with the aim to improve and fix this train wreck. So let's get to it. So the first mod we are going to look at is SETI, Ship Interior Through Illumination. Just like the Rabbit's Real Light mod series adds real lights to different locations, this mod does pretty much the same for the ships and adds some real illumination for the spacecrafts. Some of the new lights will replace existing fake lights on the cockpit, for example, and so on. You can, however, also add your own lights too in the ship builder. There are all sorts of new lamps available that you can attach to your spaceship, even including green and red light bulbs, so you can even add position lights like on an actual aircraft. So all that does not only make your ship look prettier and more realistic, but also adds to safety. Yeah, and it also gives off that old school classic sci-fi look for the spaceships, which is awesome of course. Then we have the scanner encumbrance display with time. Finally an updated version of this mod that works with the newest game version. Basically this mod adds a carry weight meter to your in-game watch when you use the scanner, but it can do way more than the original mod with the same name. It also adds universal time, local time, plus the usual temperature, O2 and gravitation. In addition to that, you can also select a lot of different parameters during the installation of this mod. You can, for example, select different colors for the watch, different options for the health bar, for the boost bar, and also oxygen bar and so on. You can also disable the enemy markers on the compass, for example, too. So in other words, this is like the ultimate HUD mod that lets you modify a lot of things without downloading 20 extra mods. It's very practical. Another HUD mod you absolutely need to get is Ammo HUD. This mod will display the icons of the currently equipped weapon and also the ammo type with an appropriate icon, in both the HUD under the health bar and also in the quick menu. This is basically an updated version of the ATIL mod reviewed back in episode 9, so we don't need that one anymore. This new mod works with all the new weapons added by the Trackers Alliance DLCs and also the Shattered Space DLC. So you obviously should switch to this one if you are still using ATIL. And now comes probably what the majority have come here for: body mods. We still don't have CBB and body slides, and probably never will, but here is the new best invention in this department, called BBL, Female Body Morphs. This is pretty much like Body Slide. This adds a lot of sliders to the in-game menu. They will work for the vanilla female body and all vanilla outfits and spacesuits. Yes, for the female body only, because who the hell plays male characters, right? What are you, gay or something? Do you enjoy staring at a dude's butt? But jokes aside now, these sliders actually do a very good job in creating eldritch abominations. Did you watch the new Alien movie? Well, if you want your character to look like the Xenomorph hybrid at the end, spoiler warning, then with this mod, yeah, we are getting close, fellas. Really close. No wonder they say video games create unrealistic body standards for females. But if you don't want to play as an eldritch abomination, there is also a normal body mod, ZBB, Zone's Beautiful Body. So yeah, this is just a generic body replacer, just like VBB from episode 5 and many others that came after. We just didn't bother to review, because it's really just a new mesh, or let's say shape, for people who are new to modding. Those mods do not even include any textures. I don't even know how this got as many endorsements as the previous mod, but whatever. Anyway, back to mods that actually do something practical. For example, NPCs have routines and stores have schedules. Yes, this is one of those features previous Bethesda games actually totally had, but for some reason it was cut from Starfield. You know what they say, it's evolving, just backwards. So this mod actually adds daily routines to some NPCs. The shop owners and employees, for example, will have actual working hours and not just stand around 24/7. So you can technically follow them around like a creep and see what they do in their free time. Oh, very immersive stalking! You might also find many new data slates with working hours and other immersive things, or you might just naturally stumble onto the NPCs during their free time stuff. During their off time, some NPCs will also be replaced by robots, so you can actually still buy stuff. That's actually a cool idea. Of course, this mod is work in progress since it's a tedious procedure editing NPCs one by one. So far it includes 45 named, 5 unnamed characters and 13 new robots, but we will probably see more of it in the future. The next mod is called Trees Rescaled. This one is fairly simple, it makes trees bigger. Yes, the author of this mod believes that it makes the trees look more realistic and immersive. I mean, sure, why not? There are all kinds of trees out there, especially considering that those are completely new planets with completely new floral species. So I believe all kinds of different tree sizes should exist in this game. Gravitation probably should also be a factor. I could imagine that it would be harder for trees to get really big with high gravitation, but it's just a theory of mine. One thing is for sure though, it does make the forests look more impressive and cinematic. Next we have a couple of ship-related mods. Gtech Ship Habs. This one adds a bunch of new Habs based on the Nova Galactic ones, but with lots of cool new options, even including Habs for vehicles. You only need to be careful a bit with how you place them, or this might happen. Nope, does not work that way. Or this here should also be avoided. Haha, yeah, you see? Oh, wait, how did this happen? Let me out! Let me out! Anyway, those new vehicle Habs are very cool, but they are purely decorational. In other words, if you change the color or download a vehicle mod, the one in the Hab will still look like the default one. Some of those Habs do look really cool though, like the engine room for example, and some are also quite practical too. And the other mod is Old Tech Ship Living. This modder invented a whole new brand of Habs. So the Old Tech Habs can be found everywhere where Hope Tech parts are being sold. It's supposed to be like a sub-company working for Hope Tech, and they offer some very luxurious looking interiors. There is also a decorational vehicle bay again, can't go without those anymore, but yeah, many of those Habs look very expensive, with lots of cool decorations and such. You know, things absolutely needed on a spaceship, like Ming Dynasty statues for example. Some Habs actually look so luxurious that you might forget that you are on a spaceship. I wonder if all those loose objects might be a potential safety hazard. But Ikari, I hear you say, all that ship building and tweaking is really fun, but it is always tedious to run back and forth if you want to fix something you placed wrong. Okay fam, say no more. The previous Spaceship interior mod got you covered. This is actually a cool idea. So you basically finish building as usual, and as you hit exit, it will ask you if you want to preview the ship interior. It will then instantly spawn you inside the ship. All the doors will also be opened automatically, so you can just swiftly run through the whole ship and see if everything is okay. Well, except those custom doors from the old tech Habs, of course. But yeah, once you are done checking, you can just open the menu and it will ask you if you want to go back to the builder. It works perfectly. Now this right here is some 500 IQ modding. This mod is just made for hardcore shipbuilders and will save you a lot of time. Anyway, next we have something very special, because it's the first time I review this kind of mod in Starfield, ArmaLite AR-121, a very cool standalone assault rifle mod. The stats of this weapon have been made similar to the Russian assault rifle to make it balanced and not too overpowered. This weapon also comes with several custom attachments, so you can do some nice modifying, so it's overall a really decent addition to the Starfield weaponry. And since we are talking about weapons, this smart aiming mod is also definitely an interesting idea. This is a script extender mod that automatically switches to first person when you aim down the sights of your weapon. So if you are in third person and aim, it goes straight to first person. And when you let go of the aim button, it instantly goes back to third person. So it doesn't matter if the weapon has a scope or not, you will always aim in first person. Except with the swords and stuff, obviously. But yeah, it actually works really well. And now, I hope you are all prepared, because here comes a mod so awesome that I really hate the fact that I can only review it once. Starfield Road to the Stars. Yes, somebody actually made a Stargate mod. With all the Star Wars mods out there, I was wondering when other franchises will finally have their time to shine, and so here we go. This mod implements the Stargate system as a means of fast travel, so we actually get 100% working true to the original Stargates. The first gate can be found behind the lodge, and the first address you want to dial is Earth. The coordinates can be found on the mod page or also in that file that comes with this mod. Oh my god, this is so immersive! Okay, so we actually have to use this DHD and manually enter the address. Yeah, it's not as easy as one might think. It actually takes a bit to find the symbols. I mean, I know, very shameful. I guess I'm not a real Stargate fan. Seriously, I should be able to do this in my sleep. What's wrong with me? Ooh, alright, here we go. Oh my god, it's working, it's working! It's dialing! And this is not all, it gets even better! I can't describe how much of a nerdgasm I'm experiencing right now. I'm actually standing in the Stargate command center. We never got an actual decent Stargate game, and this is pretty much how it should have been. Anyway, here you can find a remote dialing device. It's a mini computer with all the addresses already saved, and it also dials much faster than the manual version. Yeah, I should have probably told her not to stand so close to the gate. Very tragic. Anyway, this is how it is. This mod gives you the option to immersively fast travel and explore different planets, completely without a ship. For now, this is all there is. This mod is in a very early development state. In the future, the author plans to add more things from the Stargate universe, including quests and other fun stuff, so it's definitely something to look forward to, as Stargate content fits into this game like a glove. Huh, that sounded weird. Maybe instead we should say like a What's up everyone, Ikari here. I hope you enjoyed this review. I know it can be really hard to enjoy things nowadays, so I want to try a little concentration exercise with you now. Just repeat after me. I enjoyed this video. I had fun. I am going to hit the like button now. Now let's see if it worked.